All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Devin Smith PS4 Sports League Network, live on YouTube, PS4 live stream, Joe Price Facebook. Today we're doing the two-game doubleheader of the Madden Season 12 2018. I'm online coach Big Kurt Lloyd Green. I'll be coaching the Philadelphia Eagles. Our first game matchup is we're at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Second game, Indianapolis Colts come to us. All right, so we got two good games coming up, and the season is moving ahead, and we will soon be moving into Week 3 of the NFL Madden League Season 12 2018. Hit the subscribe button if you like the channel. Hit the bell so you can be notified for new content. You can check out my regular Facebook, Joe Price, or you can check out my classic Facebook, Joe Price Hall of Fame, which is an exclusive championship Facebook that has playoff championship content from the past and current. And you can also join my leagues where you can win money and gift cards. Friend me on my PSN at Joe Price 834.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a healthy Carson Wentz and the world champion Philadelphia Eagles face off with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's get you over to Raymond James Stadium for the home opener. On the call, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
All right, let's go Philly. Week 2. All right, in Tampa Bay, 1-0. Coming into Tampa Bay, let's go Philly.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Derek Barnett in there to get him for a loss of 5.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Winston. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
Been waiting for this. Watch up, man. Go Birds, fly, Eagles, fly.
Yes, sir. What's going on? What's going on?
That the defense can
Welcome
take the
to the
ball
stream.
as they saw the
Malcolm
previous
Jenkins
week.
coming up
Now
with the
you try
big
too
pick. Let's
hard
go
to
Eagles.
not let them take it away, and you
All
force
right.
yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And out now come the Eagles.
Okay, how you-
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Steps away to his left.
Let's go!
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Dallas
And they're able to get
Goedert,
this
okay.
one down to the 25.
Dallas Goedert.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Goedert. Okay, so Dallas
Nice movement
Goedert is
there by
playing
Carson
tight.
Wentz outside of the
Did
Tight
you
end,
see
okay.
Fletcher
Another
Cox
pass.
last night
Help
when
me out here,
first team was
partner.
out? Then
He's
he was a
not sneaky
monster.
athletic.
Yes.
He is athletic. How many
Fletcher
times do I have to
Cox,
say
yeah.
that?
You've been making that
Fletcher
declaration
Cox
for a
was,
while. 6'5". He ran a
he was
40
playing nice
4.77, so not only
last
big,
night.
but he can move.
That's a good time for a
Fletcher Cox.
quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
The Eagles, man. Eagles looking good.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz being chased out left. And they'll bring him down
Okay, that's all right,
at
that's
the
all right.
18-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
And Goddard looked good last night too. He dropped one rookie mistake, but he looks good.
He looks good. Oh, he looks good. Oh,
Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he's got it.
let's go.
And he'll be taken down
Okay,
at
yeah.
the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they said the Steelers beat the
The
Eagles
numbers for him from a week
with an
ago.
inflated ball
3
or something like
catches,
that.
69 yards.
And they've gone
That's
to
what
it
I heard
early
last
in this
night.
one. I
I
sense
don't know
a
if I want to
theme,
believe that.
one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
They'll try and run for it on 1st
You
down.
and I like LOL.
And he's
Yeah,
in
on the
for
board.
this
That's what I'm
touchdown.
talking about.
A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
All right,
and the Eagles have taken the early lead.
Let's go Philly.
And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
But yay, Sudfeld sucks.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
You talking about the third-string quarterback,
Any interception.
What's his name? Stubblefield, man.
Start that next drive or no?
You might be credit him. I don't know if he should be a third-string, man.
I don't think that there's any...
And so does the other backup
Totally
QB.
didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose.
Yeah, he's the third-string, but I don't know.
But you have to be careful about being too cautious.
I don't even know if we should make him the third string.
Want to attack? We'll see.
You know,
they attack him here.
I don't even know how much Stubblefield is the third string.
Move the chains.
I don't know. Not about what I heard,
what
you
the
know.
receiver's trying to do is
to
make the
perform in
defender
the
think he's
opener
going
preseason.
upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4.
Let's go.
Down he goes.
Let's
The
go.
Eagles get there for the sack.
Fletcher Cox.
Covers
Yeah,
the
boy.
ball, gets him there for a loss
Take
of
it out,
about
James
9.
Winston. Where we got him at?
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh?
We need to get this
Second
over with
one.
early.
That's a second one here. That tells you about
I'm
his
looking for a
offseason.
blowout,
He came
man.
in determined
We need to
to
get him
do it,
early.
and it's paying off.
Now Sims.
Okay.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
We're on the board.
And they only get a
7-0.
yard
We're on the
back
board.
there. They'll be
In
left
Tampa.
with a third down and
Can't ask for
long.
more. Let's
And
go
we pick
Philly.
out the defense now for Philadelphia.
A Pro Bowler each of the last 3 seasons, Fletcher Cox can blow up the run like nobody this side of Aaron Donald. When I asked him how he handled double teams, he said the first thing I want to do is get the hands of the first blocker off of me, then I'll just go ahead and deal with the second guy.
So it's third and long, and defensively
All right,
not a
third
real
and
surprise
17.
here in the dime.
All right, we got to hold him down. We need a 3 and out. Let's go Philly.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And this one out for Evans.
Yeah.
He tipped it
Yeah. Let's
He
go.
will take this across
Oh, my
midfield and
God,
down the
that was
48-yard line.
Oh, what a
But
pick.
they
Let's
didn't
go
exactly show
Eagles.
patience there, did they?
Oh,
They
my
come
God.
out
Yeah,
firing
boy.
right away and compound things by throwing
Oh,
it in. Put the
look at those
defense in a really
hands.
tough spot.
Oh, let's go Philly. That's a talker around, man.
Josh Adams didn't look bad. The rookie RB from Notre Dame. I think he could make it over Smallwood and Pumphrey.
The
Yeah.
Philadelphia
Yeah, no
offensive
doubt.
unit
Yeah,
now
he
as they
probably
head
could.
out to take over
Yeah,
possession.
definitely.
And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on
definitely
the
can.
first
We can
drive,
put him in.
Charles. Hey, they can get up
No
2
doubt,
scores
we
here
can
on
put
the
him
road.
in.
That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought
can
about
put
it,
him in.
I wonder if they visualized it.
Oh,
I remember
man,
playing, they
I'm
used to turn the
loving it.
lights out in our meeting room
Coming
and run
through
through a
big in the
situation like
season,
this
man.
and say, just think about
We
what it would
played
be
bad
like
in
to be
preseason.
up
I
on the road
figured out why
and
we
take
did.
the crowd out of it.
Because we didn't
Maybe
have
they
our
did
starters
some
in
of
the
that.
game. That's why.
Now wins. Pressure is going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We still got time.
In there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about
All right, let's
8.
not do nothing stupid.
On second down, here's Wentz.
What's the
Wide
flag?
open receiver complete.
We're
And
calling the
he's going to
flag
be
on.
taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding.
Oh, come on, man. Garbage.
That's a good chunk of
Did you
yardage
pick
that's
the
going to be
throwback
canceled
Bucks
out.
We
uniform
always
or
talk
was it
about
automatic?
hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now
I
it doesn't
picked-
How
matter
do you
the
like
loss,
Madden
but now they
19
have to
so
make that
far?
up again, don't they?
Oh, yeah. What's that? What he said? Oh, I love Madden 19. It's my joint.
Wentz to throw on second down.
Oh,
Able to
man.
get away.
Go!
Stepping up. He's going to keep
my
it.
God,
That
he
gets him as
jumped up.
just a yard, and now it's third down.
Oh, he was on my back hard. Oh, I'm loving Madden 19. I love this game. It's awesome, man. I like the game. I love all the teams, too. I like every
On
last
third
team
and
on here.
long, it's
All right, man.
Wentz. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be out of
right,
bounds up here
the
at
field goal. How much
45
time
at
we
the
got?
44. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Okay,
well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of
right,
picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Andrew Luck, an early touchdown pass in that one. And before the punt, time is going to run out on this first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Tampa after this message. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And the drive begins here with Sims. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
You got injured.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Muscling free near the 40. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. They'll run here with Sims. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And incomplete on the deep ball. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with it. And this play will be blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, that was a nice hit.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Look at that hit by Phillips.
Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Okay, so what's that? What's that? That better be a touchback. It better be a touchback.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They'll have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again.
To get back to the field. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And an alley to run. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
That was bullshit.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives.
You're right.
They got lucky.
I agree with you, MC.
His
You're right.
tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Partner, you mind if I
That's
take
BS,
off this headset
man.
and put on a coaching headset?
You seen that
You
call,
want to get
man?
this running game going?
I want to get
You know
this
what I
running
mean?
game going. I'm
I
going
sort of
down,
knew it
ladies
was
and
gonna happen
gentlemen.
because
We have got
they
to run
lined
the
up the ball
football.
at the
We've got
one.
to
That
get
was
it
a
going right
touchback,
now.
man.
Yeah,
I
this
got
point in the
ripped.
second quarter did
I
have
got
been a
ripped,
struggle.
man.
Winston.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
Picked up by the Eagles. And his
That's
guys
what I'm
will take
talking about.
over
Let's go!
at the 30-yard line.
Let's go, Philly!
That's
Good
down and
team,
distance
man!
coach is always talking about
Shut
trying to
Winston
avoid
down. Let's go!
That's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and
Oh,
coming
get
out.
out of here, man!
Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean,
Put a hit. Look at
he
this
knew
play
they were
again. Look
coming.
at
He
that hit.
fumbled it.
Yeah, he
Ooh,
knew
Fletcher
it. The
Cook.
offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the
Oh,
pressure was
oh.
still there.
Oh, that's nice. Let's go,
Nice, we
Philly!
needed
Us
that.
now to discuss
That's
Jay
what I'm talking
Ajayi.
about. We
He's
need that,
had his
MC
chances in this
We
game. He
need
just
that
hasn't
play,
been able
man.
to
You
find
see
any
they just
daylight so far.
It's on and popping
Patience,
now.
patience, patience. And that's
It's
the
on
hard
now,
part for a
man.
runner because they expect every run to be
It's
a big
on.
one
That
for
was a
something
heck
to
of a hit
pop.
by Fletcher
So
Cox.
they have to sometimes go through the struggles
Coming through
before
big
it
for
happens
Philly.
for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter.
Okay,
It'll be a
that's
gain of
cool.
10 to start the
We got
drive
2
out
minutes?
by a
Okay,
few
cool.
inches. That'll be a
Not
first
bad, not
down.
bad. Good move, Wentz. We'll
So
take
the
it.
youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play,
We're
when
looking good.
Carson
So
Wentz
far,
takes
so
off
good. They
running
only
the
got
football,
2. So
I always
we
say,
ain't down that
he's
much.
sneaky athletic.
We are.
No,
We're still in
he's
this thing.
athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a
he's going back.
stereotype that needs to be
Look at
broken
his
down for him.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Carson
2
Wentz
minutes to
strong
play
arm.
here
Get off
in
me.
the first half.
That's a nice
We'll
strong
come
arm by
back to
Carson Wentz.
Tampa
Get off me.
after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan
Did
Coachman
you
will have
hear
all the
Fletcher
stats and all
comment in
the
an
scores
interview
from
last
games going
night?
on
He
during
said he
another
doesn't
busy
like
Sunday
long cocks,
in the
lol.
National Football League.
He said he don't like. Well, what that mean? What Fletcher Cox? Yeah, what that mean? What he say? He said, okay. But yeah, Fletcher Cox. He said he don't fear. Okay, you didn't.
Wentz gonna throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go. And he goes down. Alexander. Able
Well,
to
you know
drop
what?
him
I'll take
for
the
a
hit
loss of a couple.
because I
Eagles
don't wanna-
coming up
I
here
don't
on a
wanna do
third and
nothing dumb.
long. So
So that's
Wentz
cool.
and
We'll
company
take the
with
hit.
some work to do
Rather
after
than
the
take a
sack.
hit than throw an interception. That's cool. I'll take a hit. I don't want to do nothing dumb.
Now Wentz. Buying time to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I don't want to throw no pick. That's cool. That's cool. We didn't
The
fumble.
defense, they
and we
got a
didn't-
little
all
bit
right,
of a
we'll kick the
breather.
fo- we'll kick
Now
the
they're back
40-yarder.
and set
I'll
as we
take it.
resume
I'll settle
play.
for this.
Meaning Chris Long and Fletcher Cox on defense, lol. He was making a dirty joke,
And
lol.
the kick by Elliott is good.
Oh,
And that'll
okay.
push the lead up to 8.
Oh, okay.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
All
Yeah, just like a
right.
good three-point shooter
Well, we
in
made up for the
basketball,
2
right?
points,
Release the ball,
MC Eagles.
fall back
So
on
we got
defense
3
without
back,
even
so we
looking.
made
You
up
know
for
what's
it.
going on.
We ain't get 7, but hey, we're trying to take all we can get. We're in week 2. We got a long
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
We're trying to win some games and make the playoffs in Madden 19.
Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on it. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion. Anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. Second down, Winston. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Defense.
The one thing that I like defensively is they've shown a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after them, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On third down, Winston. And Brake has it.
Did he get it?
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Winston now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Winston now to throw on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Throw left side complete. That's Sims. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Winston now from the 50. He finds Humphreys. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down. From the red zone now, Winston. This will be caught at about the 5. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Jameis again. And that is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Deshaun Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are within a 2-point conversion of tying us up.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point.
Do Deshaun Jackson Bucs got lucky.
And this is now a 1-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, shouldn't have got it.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Okay, what is it? All right, 8 seconds left. Okay.
Wentz now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start things out with a trip up to FedEx Field. Washington playing host to visiting Indianapolis, and it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. Andrew Luck throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. From there, it's up to New Era Field in Orchard Park to check on the Bills. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Phillip Rivers slinging it. 3 touchdown passes there. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. DJ Moore, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. In the game you're watching, it's a once again healthy Carson Wentz that's led the way in the first half. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, let us stew about it a little bit. Maybe allow the chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Throwing now is Wentz. Steps away to his left. Now he'll escape. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Oh, man.
Throwing is Wentz. Being chased out left. And he's going to go down again. Noah spins in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would they change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Sims. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, it's hard to get them started again occasionally.
Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense.
And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cameron Brate, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. They're going to run it with Sims. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Wentz now to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. On 1st down, Wentz. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here's Wentz to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. Wentz now on 1st down. Jeffrey breaking the tackle. Oh, he got possession on him, and he pulls it in. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Into the red zone, Wentz. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
I think someone's going to get him the QB1-0 when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted, like you said, to pick on the opening drive. 2nd drive, not much better. And that is incomplete here. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Let's go, Philly.
Darren Sproles, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the tackle there by Chris Long.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Now the ball comes loose. It is picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Throwing on first is Wentz. And his throw here is incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. On the carry, here's Clement. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A run, it's Clement. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. And Elliott puts this one through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
Go
it definitely
for it.
puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here's Humphreys. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And his pass incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going up top. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucks have taken the lead here in the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
Wow, that was real lucky.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Yeah, that was lucky.
Catanzaro now for the
You know
extra
that was
point.
Lucky, man.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that will make this a 4-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring
Our
a touchdown.
defense wouldn't have gave it up in real
I'm
life.
with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense,
You know what? I think that was a
in the end zone
glitch.
this time.
I don't know if that
Because
helped
you
him in
know I had
contract
all
time.
them
You could have
covered.
kicked that
I
one
think
free.
that was a glitch,
I don't
man.
know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know
I
about
think that was a
that.
glitch in the game.
Super toe.
Like when I lost to Seattle in Madden 18, when Russell Wilson threw over 3 defenders. Glitch.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. There he goes inside the 30. Wide open receiver complete. A good pick up there at 22.
Oh, we got to go for everything.
Now Wentz. And now he'll tuck it and run. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Back to throw. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And it's 3rd down. What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? If you're looking at it from the defense's perspective, they looked like they had a shot at it. Maybe a completion. Ball gets knocked away. Can they rise up and do it again?
And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
For Dallas, a really cool moment. His first NFL touchdown. And these guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
Oh, and what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. And you mess up, it'll come back at you a long way.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They do tack on the extra point as well, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Elliott now to kick this one away.
Goddard the man, and I think he will be that good in real life, it looks like.
Here's
Humphries.
Humphries.
Yeah, definitely looks like he's going to be good in real life.
And a nice return sets
we
up
got
pretty good here at the 30-yard
him.
line.
Our defense got to come through. Let me see.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now.
All right,
Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie it.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done. You don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes, if the opening's there. Someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the 3. put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3. Of course, they'd love the score to win it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Okay.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. He's back to throw.
All right, good. Yes.
But it's incomplete.
All right.
He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and it's 3rd down.
All right.
The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
He'll dump it underneath to his running back. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Come on, defense, let's go.
They'll look to throw. Crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's got some space here.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the clutch stuff, man. Yeah, boy.
Just the one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. If you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1.
That's what I'm
and it's not looking good for him here.
That's Jalen Mills. I don't think that's Jalen Mills. Oh, I got to find out who he is. We got to start him more. Oh, who's that? Oh, Ronald Darby. Ooh. Okay, I got to figure out.
The Eagles offense back out on the field. They've kind of got a situation here. Still 3 timeouts defensively, so maybe trying to run a play.
A big
and if you do it as safe as possible.
Okay.
And I think maybe even quarterback sneak. So take care of the football and make sure that clock starts to run before they call the timeout.
We'll see what they do.
That's Ronald Darby.
Ronald Darby, yeah. Ronald Darby's nice.
They'll run with Clement, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
That's all right.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
It's been crazy touchdown passes in this game. Oh, man, that last play Jameis Winston did through on 3 Philly defenders, that was crazy, man. That was another highlight play.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. He'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Oh, man, we
got
messed
the
up.
slim lead late in the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Oh, that's my bad.
During the year when we asked one of the head coaches,
I did not mean to do that.
Why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense. And then at the end,
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, not really a good reason.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock
They
with
still
12
have no
seconds
chance.
to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All right, 7 seconds
whistles,
left.
and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds
this is it.
left.
7
now that
seconds
after
left.
the sack,
All
it'll
right,
be
all or
interesting to
nothing.
see
This
what
is
they
for
have planned for
week
2nd
2.
and 23.
It ain't over yet. I don't know. All kinds of crazy stuff can happen. I don't know.
To throw. He's going to let it fly.
Let's go.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
Got it. Philly's going
Douglas
2-0.
picks it, and his crew
We're
will
going
take
2-0.
over the football at the 35-yard line.
Let's go Eagles.
They
What
set
a
themselves
showdown,
behind the
boy.
chains, trying to
This
get
is
a
a highlight game right here.
Didn't
We
feel
got
like
it
a pitcher
all the way
working his
down
way
to
into
the
a 3-0
nitty-gritty.
count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you?
Hi.
Get it back 1 pitch at a time.
Yeah,
In
you
this
doing
case, they
there?
tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Oh, man, what a game. Man.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Okay, this is it. We got to close it down. No more playing. All right, hold on. Okay, we're going for the run. That's it. It's over with.
This is Clement, and he'll
All
take
right,
this for
Philly
a
goes
short gain on
2-0.
what will
Let's
prove
go,
to be
Eagle
the
Nation.
final play of
Yeah.
this ball
We'll
game.
have our first win in a row in Tampa
Well, I know
Bay.
it points to this when you wanted to
Jameis
close your
Winston.
eyes.
Let's go,
Because of
Eagles.
all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Eagles, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Okay, so this is the week 3 schedule here. Looking at the week 3 schedule, right? We look down to week 1. Week 1, you see the Atlanta Falcons. Going on down in the highlights. The Atlanta Falcons loses to Philly 24-13 in Philly. Buffalo Bills at Ravens. Baltimore wins 34 to Buffalo Bills 24. Jacksonville Jaguars at New York. Jacksonville Jaguars win 28 to New York 17. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at New Orleans Saints. The Saints win 31 to Tampa Bay 13. Houston Texans at New England Patriots. Houston Texans win 24 to New England 21. San Francisco 49ers at Minnesota Vikings. Vikings win 24 to San Francisco 21. Tennessee Titans at Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins pull off the win 17, Tennessee 14. Cincinnati Bengals at Indianapolis Colts. Colts win 29-19. If I got that correct. 29. So it's 29 Cincinnati, 19 Indianapolis. So the Bengals knocked off the Colts. That's something. Pittsburgh Steelers at Cleveland. Steelers win 38 to Cleveland 3. Kansas City at Chargers. KC win 35 to Los Angeles Chargers 3. Seattle Seahawks at Denver Broncos. Denver pulls it off 27. Seattle Seahawks 25. Then we come on down to Dallas. Dallas loses to Carolina. Carolina wins 20 to Dallas 7. Washington Redskins at Arizona Cardinals. Redskins win 36. Arizona 24. Chicago gets shut out at Green Bay. 37. Chicago nothing. New York Jets representing New Jersey and New York. They lose to Detroit Lions. Detroit wins 38 to New York Jets 31. And then we have Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Rams. And the Los Angeles Rams win 34 to Oakland Raiders 22. Now that's week 1, right? Then we look over what we just said. Let me make sure I got this right. Okay, let me make sure I got this right. Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'm correct. So that's week 1. All right, want to make sure I had that right. And then of course we got week 2. You look at the Baltimore Ravens. You look at the Baltimore Ravens Cincinnati game. Cincinnati wins 24, Baltimore 20. You see Carolina Panthers at Atlanta Falcons. Carolina win 35 to Atlanta 20. Indianapolis Colts at Washington. Indianapolis wins 34. Washington 24. Houston Texans at Tennessee Titans. Houston pulls it off 18 to 13. Philadelphia Eagles win big in Tampa under coach Big Kurt Lord Green 27 to Tampa Bay 24. Kansas City Chiefs at Pittsburgh Steelers. KC pulls it out 38. Pittsburgh Steelers 31. Miami Dolphins win by 3. Miami wins 20 at New York Jets 17. Los Angeles Chargers at Buffalo Bills. Los Angeles Chargers win 31. Buffalo Bills 28. Minnesota Vikings at Green Bay Packers. Minnesota wins 28. Green Bay Packers 20. Cleveland Browns at New Orleans Saints. Saints win 25. Cleveland 7. Detroit Lions at San Francisco. Detroit wins 24. San Francisco 14. Arizona at Los Angeles. Make sure I got this right. They're at, let me see, Arizona. So Arizona at Los Angeles Chargers. Okay. Final score there will be Los Angeles Chargers. Let me see, moving up. Okay, so Los Angeles Rams. I'm sorry. The Rams. They win 28, Arizona 10. So the Rams got a stadium there and the Los Angeles Chargers. So I guess maybe that's why I get confused with that. New England at Jacksonville. Jacksonville wins 25, New England 24. Oakland Raiders at Denver Broncos. Denver wins 24, Oakland 19. New York Giants at Dallas Cowboys. Dallas win 34, New York 13. Seattle Seahawks at Chicago Bears. Seattle Seahawks win 28 to Chicago 24. So that's just week 1 and 2. All right. And then of course, last but not least, do we have a week 3 coming up? We got a week 3 coming up. We'll go into that. All right. During another time. But the first 2 weeks, you got the highlights of everything, all of the teams and the scores around the league. I just wanted to give you all of the content. I wish I could get a hold of my Fox Theme Sports soundtrack. on this live stream, it'd be hot. But that's okay, because Fox is still in my heart. Okay, so we go. So these are all the scores as you can see around the league, okay? So now we're going to do week 3. Okay. Going to week 3. Okay. Okay, Indianapolis Colts at Philadelphia Eagles, week 3 Madden League, season 12, 2018 underway.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts take on Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
All right, week 3. Philly coming in to Philly 2-0, getting ready to take on Indianapolis. Let's go, Eagles.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their now healthy quarterback at 29 years of age in his 7th season out of Stanford, Andrew Luck.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. On 1st and 10, Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39.
Let's go,
But they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Right out the gate. Let's go, Eagles.
Remember,
Let's do this.
4 interceptions for this defense a
Right
week
out
ago.
the gate.
First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Forced out to his left. And some room to roam now. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Dancing to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. To throw, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the first and goal.
Alshon Jeffrey, Carson Wentz.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you hate to just start off the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Now Wentz. Breaks a tackle. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to run with a J. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a 2nd guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A look at the numbers for Doyle from a week ago. 6 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Eagle Pressure too much this time. Down he goes. Chris Long. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
T.Y. Hilton's the guy that I'm going to be keeping a big eye on, because when you put together 4 straight Pro Bowls, led the NFL in receiving yards 2016, you know the 2017 yards were an aberration, okay? He was less than 1,000 yards receiving. Inconsistent quarterbacking play, but I think he bounces back big in 2018 and beyond. Too darn explosive, being able to go down the middle and making big plays.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. A look now at the defensive starters for Philadelphia. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Oh shit, you're playing week 3 too, can't miss
And that'll hit
that.
the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal.
I left but saw you're still streaming.
After chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
Yeah.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because
I was
you're
doing
exactly
the sports
right.
highlights
They're none too
for,
pleased that they didn't punch it in for
week
6
1 and
points.
2.
But they also have to remember they did put points
Yeah,
on the board.
all the
points is
sports I
3
didn't
And in
do.
this league, you take points when you can get them. Not
Yeah,
easily
this is a
done.
2-game doubleheader.
Wentz now on 1st down. Shakes him, and now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now
2 good games, you know. That Tampa Bay game was a heck of a game, man. I got to go back and watch the video of that. Because I was clutch.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And complete to Zach Ertz. First catch for the Eagles' leading receiver.
You decided to skip
It's a
every
first
game of
down.
every week now, huh?
You decided to stop. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's something new I added in. It was something a little new.
Wentz
Something a
gonna
little new
throw.
I added.
Ertz has it.
That's
And he's
That's
brought
a new
down
little
after a
feature I
good
added in, you
game.
know. So that way you can see other teams around the league. You know,
And that's a
so
completion to the
all
tight
because
end.
the
Look at
other
the size
teams
of these
playing.
players nowadays.
You know,
In that
but
spot,
I only
6'4",
get the
6'5",
good
and up.
teams, not
A
every
lot of
team.
guys used to be basketball
I only
players.
get the highlights
Somehow
of the
came
week.
back to football.
So I might
That's
take
really
5
good for the
top
game of
teams,
football. You get
and
better
I'll play those
athleticism,
teams.
great
Only
hand-eye
the top
coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run
You know
their
what I mean?
routes.
I don't play every all-team.
And before they can run
team.
another play,
I mean,
the
32
clock hits
teams.
triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 3-0 is our score, and we're back to Philadelphia
It has to
after
be a
this.
good game. It has to be a game worth something to me. The matchup for me to play it. But I know it
The
with the Eagles.
NFL on EA Sports
I
is
do play the
presented
Eagles.
by
That's my team, but,
Snickers.
you know.
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
It's been really a lot of fun. I've been having so much time, you know, so many good times with this game. It's been so much
Throwing
fun,
his
man. I love
Wentz.
it.
Steps away to his left. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
It's
Give him a
crazy
couple
people
on
are
the
comparing
scramble at
Goddard to
2nd
Ertz
down.
like they're the same player, which is cool. He also is compared to Travis Kelce, which is cool.
Yeah,
Throwing now is Wentz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the game's at end in TZ.
You know, you got a lot of people mad because the Eagles got a high rating. You got a lot of people mad about that, but the Eagles was the best team last year. Everybody's trying to say it's a fluke. It was no fluke. The Eagles were the best team last year.
Wentz now on first down. This will be inside the 10. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. It's on now. It's a popping now. We got past our road game.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this Dino's want to hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
It's on now. Once we get a couple games under our belt, it's on then. Then it's on.
Here's a Johnny. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran
New Walk 9-5 rating. We won the SB like what do people expect? We have even better roster this year, honestly.
Yeah. I agree with you, buddy. Yeah. Yeah,
they need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards.
And,
now 3rd and goal.
The Eagles were the Super Bowl champions for 2018, and I don't care who likes it. I don't care if they like
Wentz
it or not.
now on 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
The Eagles were
5
Super Bowl
yards
champions.
that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now and get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
Here's Locke. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Yeah, I got out of hospital Super Bowl Sunday and watched the Eagles play the same day, so emotional I cried cause we finally won. No one can now
You
ask.
don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete
Out of the
that.
hospital Super
It'll
Bowl.
wind up being
Oh,
a
yeah,
loss
man.
of
We won the
2.
Super Bowl,
And
man. It
that'll
was
make it
emotional.
2nd and 12.
Yeah, man.
I'm getting the
Emotions
sense
ran
that
high,
Fletcher
man.
Cox is making offensive linemen
Unbelievable,
want to
man.
take the
Philly
week
won
off
it
and
all,
have to
man.
play against him.
It's a regular routine
living
for
on that,
him, isn't
man.
it?
It really is.
Philly
That
won it
play
all.
there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought
All right,
down.
good defense.
Call it a
Good
1-yard
defense.
Yeah, did you get teary when we won? Us Philly fans been through so much.
One hallmark of good defense.
Oh, but yes, it's been a long
Understanding the
time,
game,
man.
understanding positioning,
Us
and
Philly
tackling
fans,
immediately in the secondary after catches.
getting
We
that
just saw that on
championship
display
means
right
everything,
there.
man.
Got to him before he ever had a chance
We
to
got
think
one
about
Super
turning it
Bowl. That's all we
upfield.
need.
A second quarter score from down in Houston, and an early advantage in that one for the Giants. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
Why not?
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez on for a second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
I feel good. The Eagles got a good team right now, man. Wait till the season starts. We'll see.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
That's where they're going to pull all the starters out. Really got a bunch of...
And out now come the Eagles. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's Wentz to throw. That escapes the signal. In the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. To throw is Wentz.
There was a talk on ESPN about whether Eagles will win at least one more Super Bowl within 5 years, and they said we will win at least one more.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he caught every other ball coming in.
The Eagles ain't no bum team no more, man. It's over with now.
Really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there.
Philly after winning that championship last year.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that.
Keep in mind,
Philly now, he gears up.
Philly got a better roster this year.
He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Teams losing, he's not
playing
playing
well this year.
And they always tell you, don't press.
Last year, we didn't even have this roster, and
but in
Philly
this
won it
particular
all.
situation, you try and
That was the
heighten your
championship
play
team
a little
last year,
bit.
man.
So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that out with at
Nelson
least 1
Aguilar.
touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving
Nelson
forward.
Aguilar is real nice.
He's
He's a nice receiver. He's a wing receiver.
Nigel Brennan brings him down. Now the Colts moving quickly here in a hurry-up offense. Here's Locke.
I think we will win one more in the next 3 years, mark my words.
Across the 35-yard line. Locke showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a 7.4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it's helped his legs along the way as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Back to the air, Luck on second down. Looking deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Let's go!
Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
Malcolm Jenkins from the field. For the Eagles, let's go Philly. Picking off that stuff, man.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it.
Yes,
so that's
sir.
a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Throwing on first is Wentz.
Sidney Jones looked good last night. He had a scare but said he will be okay. He had a little ankle sprain. Us Philly fans gasped at the play, worried.
Second sack now of the afternoon. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Dancing to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out.
As long as Philly don't start all their good players right now, we'll be just fine.
Will leave him now with a
You know,
third
none
down
of these
situation.
games count, so it's no biggie.
The Eagles on
count.
third down. They've only
So
converted once in 4
none of the
tries.
games count. I
This
wouldn't
is
start none
third
of
and
the
10.
starters until the season really starts.
Now wins. And that will be incomplete with
That's
a
the only
clock
time
down
you
now
see me
to 13 seconds.
start the starters.
Here's Brad Nortman now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground here with Turbin. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start our tour with a trip to FedEx Field, where we find Green Bay on the road to take on Washington. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Aaron Rodgers, a touchdown pass there. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. The Bills looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And right now they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. But pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
That's exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
Tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
To throw on second down is Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On 2nd down, here's Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Wentz now to throw. Buying time to his left. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Keenan Robinson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Now it's Ajayi. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And the Colts coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means they're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Luck. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Derek Barnett able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
This is caught. It's Ryan Graham. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't.
And how about this? A fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Luck now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And
wow,
once
they
again,
put
they show
tricks in
passing
Madden 1-9
formation,
the
showing
computer
shotgun.
even.
Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
Yeah, man, they did a fake punt on me, man. I was mad. They got me with
Colts
an
on
okey
3rd
doke, a fake
down,
punt.
2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Luck. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Chester Rogers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after.
Wow, that was only cause of fake punt, but some bullshit.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that will get him 1 closer. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Well, where have we seen this before? This might be shades of Super Bowl 52, Charles. Eagles up by a score in the 4th quarter, needing to run some clock.
Yeah, and they don't need to take that much off here. And think about it this way. Different quarterback under center than the one you're thinking about.
Yeah, Nick Foles under center, Super Bowl 52. Here Carson Wentz. But in Super Bowl 52, they took over 7 minutes off the clock.
They certainly did, and they really ground it down and stuck it in the end zone.
On 1st down, Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Wentz now on 1st down. It fights him off. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Wentz will try again on second down. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They run with Johnny. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down...
Got him in. Open. Yes, touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Now an important extra point here to maybe salt this one away. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to
May
yourself,
go
okay, what are we
Birds,
going
no
to do?
one can stop us now equals the next NFL dynasty, you
But you have to
agree?
be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Yes, sir. We're definitely for the dynasty, man. A dynasty is coming.
Some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's
Really,
less than 50%, and you and I both know that
Eagles.
just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
I'll tell you one thing, they ain't going to get us with that
Get him back to the
okie-doke play no
original
more.
line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd
Remember that
and 10.
okie-doke, remember that fake
And
punt?
there's a run to be happy with. Good,
We'll
solid
be
yardage.
ready.
He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Throwing on 3rd down. Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. And they'll get it up just short of the 45
we put
at
the
the
receiver
44.
out.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
Defense Philly.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Wrong.
You wasn't expecting a fake punt at all, especially from the computer.
Center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, you saw that play. I know you saw that play.
Right now, this is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game.
They got me with that play because they made me think they was going to punt it. They got me right in the middle.
Sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
2nd and 10, Luck again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. And I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Again, Love. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on
again in another big game.
What's the other expression about slim and none?
Let's go Eagles,
3-0.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at FedEx Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Alex Smith, 2 touchdown passes thus far. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire,
and think about it.
Control of this game.
Think about it, MC Eagles. I was 0-4 in preseason.
Just waiting for that day where we actually see something like
that in this situation. I was garbage.
We'll see what happens here.
Never say never. I was garbage in preseason. Nobody probably thought I won a game. I didn't think about it, but when the season started, I did what I had to do, man. And here I am. 2 big wins tonight. It's been a great night for me. It's been a great 3 weeks.
This is a Ajayi. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Ratio starters are a lot better.
As they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Oh, yeah,
the Eagles on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Those were the starters. Only a few of them. They didn't let the starters stay in. So that explains what probably, you know, that's why we was 0-4.
They run again with Ajayi. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. The numbers tell the story. Not the best start, but it's not often how you start, it's how you finish. And since that start, he's been good.
Can you just imagine what was going on in the locker room with the defensive coordinator? Because things were working so well. His game plan was in effect. They were holding him down. He was off his game. But you just know that he was nervous at halftime because you don't hold a guy like that down for very long. And in this case, his fears were realized.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd and 10, Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
YouTube fucking easy,
and after the
LOL.
field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them
Well,
want to end with a PAT,
Indianapolis
right?
coach, no.
In this case, a field goal, they'll take it.
Yeah, they were
Way
easier.
better than the alternative.
I admit they're easier, but Tampa Bay wasn't easy.
They weren't happy with that
Tampa Bay
field goal.
Buccaneers
I
is
haven't
not
met a
easy.
fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick.
That game,
The
is,
extra
man,
point,
that went
that's
down
it.
to the wire.
Forced out to his left. And he's got room. And he's going to get this
The
down
Tampa
near
Bay
the
game, but we got a big game coming up.
It's a gain of 14
We're
there,
playing
and that
against
should be
Tennessee,
enough
man.
to get him
We got to
on
play against
free.
the Titans and Jacksonville, so we got some big games coming up.
Wentz to throw. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Philadelphia goes 3-0. Good start for us.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. John Simon in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get him to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for Philadelphia, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.